When I first woke up to the news, I mean, you're speechless. I had to double check really because I couldn't believe what I was receiving in terms of an officer killed in the city. And in this case, the officer was murdered, and it's just painful. And then you have two others whose lives are, on the line.
Reaction from Dallas Councilwoman Carolyn King Arnold after the killing of a Dallas police officer in his squad car overnight. Right now, the law enforcement community here in North Texas is coming together to support the Dallas Police Department after losing one of its own. We saw dozens of officers gathering at Baylor University Medical Center overnight, where two other officers hurt in that shooting are being treated right now. We do know one officer is in critical condition at this hour. The other is stable. We'll continue to keep you updated on their conditions. Thanks for staying with us into the second half hour at midday. I'm Dia Wall. We've had crews out at different scenes to cover this story since we were first called out around 10 o'clock last night. So here are some of the latest updates. Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia was out of town when the shooting happened. He told WFAA he was on his way home as soon as he heard about it. We just heard from him. He is set to speak at 5 o'clock this evening, and we will be there to bring you the very latest. Today, you'll notice flags in the city of Dallas have been lowered to half staff. We've also learned there will be a gathering for the fallen officer tonight at Winter's Smokehouse in Cedar Hill at 6:30. Here's what we know right now. The shooting happened just after 10 o'clock along East Ledbetter Drive in Oak Cliff. Police tell us that shooting led to a chase that ended more than 25 miles away in Louisville. We've had crews out at both of those scenes since the early morning hours. Our Natalie Haddad is joining us now from Louisville, where the scene is cleared. But Natalie, you were out when things were still very active.
I'm in Louisville along I-35E North Stemmons Freeway, and it was here where just a few hours ago the highway reopened after being closed overnight. This is the scene where Dallas police shot and killed the suspect that shot and killed one of their own. We got here around 1:30 this morning, and this is what it looked like. There were multiple squad units from Dallas and other surrounding agencies. Caution tape blocked off the area where the shooting on the highway occurred after the police chase. On the ground were evidence markers where shell casings landed. Parked to the side was the suspect's car, and next to it was his weapon, described as a high-capacity rifle. Now, this scene was the result of the suspect shooting and killing one Dallas police officer and shooting and injuring two others. Police say he tried to get away by driving north into Louisville. Dallas police chased him. The suspect eventually pulled over on North Stemmons Freeway, got out of his car with his weapon, and that's when Dallas police shot and killed the suspect. The highway reopened around 7 a.m. this morning. Now, there is a long road ahead when it comes to investigations with Texas DPS, Dallas PD, the Dallas DA, and even Louisville PD involved assisting in the investigation. Of course, there's also a long road to healing. While all of this was unfolding, Dallas Police Chief Garcia was out of town. He hopped on a flight to come right back. We expect to hear from him in the coming days, hopefully as soon as today, but we are just waiting for his return. Meanwhile, in Louisville, I'm Natalie Haddad. I will send it back to you in studio with additional details.
We've also had crews out at the other scene we told you about, where everything started on Ledbetter Drive in Dallas. Our Cole Sullivan joins us there now after working to learn more about the suspect and what led up to the shooting.
From everything our sources describe, this was an ambush. A rookie officer just out of training, sitting in the squad car in the parking lot behind me when a suspect came up and shot him through the window. This all unfolded around 10 o'clock last night. That suspect in the parking lot of this nonprofit organization here in Oak Cliff didn't even have time to call for help. Sources say a dispatcher heard something over the radio that didn't sound right and sent two other officers to go check on this officer. When they arrived, a firefight began. The suspect shooting at those two officers, them returning fire. You can see in the light of day some of the damage that appears to be from those bullets in the window and also pockmarks on the wall of this community center. We just spoke with a city council member who represents this area.
Here with an officer, with what information we have, seemingly in the vehicle taking care of city business that connects to the safety of this city, it's just mind-boggling that an incident like that would take place and that he was, in my words, murdered in the line of duty.
Carolyn King Arnold says what makes this even more horrible is where it happened. This community center is home to For Oak Cliff, a nonprofit organization designed as a place of safety and hope for this community. now turned into the start of this really horrible, tragic crime scene. In Oak Cliff, I'm Cole Sullivan.
We're told the Fort Worth Police Department has been helping Dallas police as the department continues to mourn the loss of one of their own. Fort Worth Sergeant Billy Randolph was killed earlier this month. Police say he was on duty, responding to a crash on 35W when a drunk driver hit him with her car. A procession and memorial service for Sergeant Randolph drew hundreds of law enforcement from officials around the state. The suspect is still in jail. Stay with us on air and online as we work to learn more about the fallen officer and what led up to the violence. Go to WFAA.com or download the WFAA app.